Let us now pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Duptan Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. And homage to all the Buddhas of the 3 times the 5 Jnani Buddhas, the 8 great Bodhisattvas, and all the deities, the Mahasri Devi, and all the Dharma protectors, and the wrathful deities, and all the serene and wrathful deities of the 100, and the Herukas of the heaven, earth, and all the spirits of the netherworld. And here we conducted the Luo Tian Da Jiao ceremony of Da Meng San, and we hope that all sentient beings of the 6th rebirth realm Simu, and all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the webcast, and our participating VIPs today. We're many. And thank you for coming. Good afternoon. How do you do?
大家午安，大家好。你好，大家好。还有世界各地的所有的同门到这个
and all the fellow disciples who came from all over the world, thank you for coming.
那么今天的情形呢？我在出发的时候，
So for today's occasion,
前面的闪咪咪西府
as I left Seattle, the lake god of Lake Sammamish in front of the Buddha Seattle temple indicated that he wanted to attend the Luo Tian Da Jiao ceremony this time.
另外 Mountain Rainier
And
的山神，他说他也要来参加罗天大教。
the mountain god of Mount Rainier also wanted to attend the Luo Tian Da Jiao.
华盛顿府的
And
这个福神
the lake god and the dragon kings of Lake Washington also wanted to attend this Luo Tian Da Jiao ceremony.
这个 Mountain Rainier Mountain Rainier no 是 Mountain St. Helens
And
Mountain St.
from Mount St. Helens,
山神跟福神
the mountain gods and lake gods of Mount St. Helens all wanted to come for this Luo Tian Da Jiao
大大
ceremony
小小
too.
的神祇，那么跟着我们的这个
There
飞
were
机
many gods, big and small, follow us in our plane to come here to attend the ceremony.
可见这一场法会非常的吉祥。
So this ceremony was extremely auspicious, wish-fulfilling, and perfect.
我们所愿望的是
What we wished for was
我们在这场法会当中
that in
会
this
显现很多的
ceremony,
这个奇迹，
in this grand ceremony, there would be many miraculous experiences. There would be many miracles.
你们身体有病的，
If you are sick or suffering from any illnesses,
能够在所有的罗天之下，所有的活菩萨之下，所有的
under
金刚护法之下，一下子
the heavens, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, and Dhammapalas, all your sicknesses will be alleviated.
我们的所有的这个祖先
Will be treated, and all of our
超度
ancestors,
法会的、报名法会的，
all that were registered for the ceremony, will be able to rise to a higher realm.
我们已经把这个鬼的总本山给它破除。
We have break apart the head center of the ghost.
有7层的众生，7层的幽灵，
There were several
全
levels
部从
of
这
spirits
个
of
禁
the
边地狱里
netherworld
面出来。
that have been freed from the boundary hell.
业障轻的，全部往生佛国；
And those with
业障重一点的，
a lighter karmas, they can go to the Pure Land.
到转轮
But
圣王那
if
里
they
去
have heavier karma, then they would be reincarnated.
那么，在鬼的总本山里面呢，还有3000个鬼，
And
还有
inside
3000个鬼，
the head
它是属
center
于
of
不
the
服的，
ghosts,
是属于很
there were
凶恶的灵，
3,000
还有
ghosts
3000。但是这3000呐，
that were
被所有
very
的鬼王
evil
压住，
and
带往这个洪都城。
stubborn. And they were captured by the
所
ghost
以等于
kings
这
and
个鬼的
brought
总本山的本身的鬼啊，全部
to
给它
the
消
ghost
除，
city.
全部消除
So
干
that
净。
meant that the head center of the ghosts in this area, in this Bay Area, have been completely cleared.
那不服的鬼呢，是属于喜欢，他们喜欢给人家伤害
So
人，
the stubborn
伤
ghosts
害有情众生，
are the kind of ghosts that
甚
like to
至于
harm
杀死有情
people,
众生，
harm
他们以这个
sentient
为快乐
beings, even killing sentient beings.
所以
And
难，他的习性一时
this
之间
becomes their
很难改
happiness.
变。
So it's
出
very
来的话
difficult to
还是非
change
常的狂
their
烈，
characters
但是
or
呢，很快
tendencies.
的，他就被所有的鬼王压
So
住。
even when they
送往
got out, they cannot
洪都城。
change. So they were captured by
这有
the
3000
ghost kings
差不多有
and
3000。
brought to the
那么
city
有
of ghosts.
7层的，
About 3,000 of them.
我们生活中的灵有7层，生活中的灵
Oh,
全
and
部超
of
拔出来。
those, about 70% of the ghosts have been liberated,
几乎
have
很
been
多的
freed from
活
their
菩萨
bondage.
接引到各个净土去了。
And they were brought by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to various
那
pure
么我希
lands.
望经过这一次以后，
So I hope through this ceremony that true Buddha disciples will not experience any more disturbances or attachments by the ghost. After this grand ceremony, we also have our karma completely eliminated. So we should be the same as the ghosts, that we should abide by the 5 precepts and to perform 10 good deeds. The 5 precepts are the basics as a human being. Not to kill, not to steal, not to be infidel, not to lie, and not to drink intoxicants. Then you can be reborn in the human realm. If you perform good deeds, then you can go to the heavenly realms. The realm of desire, the realm of no form, and the realm of form. The 3 heavens. If you study Buddhism and walk on the 8 Noble Paths, then you can go to the Buddha land. You can become Bodhisattva, and then if you perform the 6 paramitas, then you can become a Bodhisattva. In our spiritual cultivation, the simple division is, by abiding by the 5 precepts, you can be reborn as a human being. If you perform 10 good deeds, you can go to the heavens. If you eliminate the 6 thieves, then you can become an arhat. What are the 6 thieves? The thieves through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and the mind. So the 5 senses altogether becomes the mind. So if you kill the thieves of the senses, then you can become an arhat. If you apply the 6 perfections or 6 paramitas, then you can become a bodhisattva. If you perform the 8 noble paths, if you walk on the 8 noble path, then you can attain Buddhahood. That's the simple division. So the 4 Sichli realms, the 6 rebirth realms, for a total of 10 Dharma realms, are classified like this. So today, in performing the Luo Tian Da Jiao, this grand ceremony, the True Buddha Vijaya Temple and its volunteers and all the volunteers from this Bay Area, San Francisco, and all over the world, they have put in great effort and worked very hard to make this, to allow this to happen. And this evening, they have to take down all the altars and this. So every one of us is very fortunate to be here today at this ceremony. From the beginning till now, other than now that it is brighter, I thought I was in the netherworld because it was quite dark. I could not see anybody, and nobody could see me. Maybe you could see me, but it was just dark, and now we have light.
本来我们场地很大的，因为那个还可以打开，突然之间卡住了。
Actually, this ceremonial hall is huge, so we could open the division there, but it was stuck, And then Master Lien Sung told me then, 20 minutes later, the walls over there can be removed. But I said, no need. There are many more participants behind the walls. And he said, let's start the ceremony after we take down or we open these walls. If we have waited, then we would not have started even now. It would be at dinner time later. We have opened it. Oh yeah, how long ago? Then what Master Lien Sung said was right. But don't think so. Because his name, Lien Sung, and my name, Lien Sung, are the same, sound similar, so we are both right. I myself felt that we had lots of obstructions for the ceremony today. Like that, the doors here were stuck. So that's also a kind of obstruction. They were never stuck before, but today in this Lord Thiên Da Jiao ceremony, they were stuck. And finally, they were open. So that means we had victory, and it is completely light now. But there were many blockage. And this year, the word that I give to this year is stuck. So you can't go up and you can't go down. You're stuck there. Master Lien Sung. So at the custom, you were trying to send some Buddha statues. They were actually now, we just have tablets, but they were actually Buddhist statues. But they are still stuck at the custom until now. So instead, they just put the tablet for the deities. And there were still many statues sleeping at the custom. Luckily, we have these tablets to represent them. And there are many other hindrances, spiritual hindrances, including the actor for the 5 heads of ghosts. Which one? Which ghosts were you playing, were you acting for? Well, of course, because this head of ghosts, Zhongchun Yiwu, they introduced themselves, and they were the cold-blooded assassinator or murderer. He's the most evil. And the other heads of ghosts, Xiaoling, Du Bian Yilang, Lin Liangzi, and Huang Jingqian. These 4 heads of ghosts, they were not as vicious as this Zhongchun Yiwu. he was the one that's commanding 3,000 ghosts that were still refusing to give up, refusing. So that's why they were captured and brought by the ghost kings to the Fengtu city. And the other 4 heads of ghosts, Du Bian Yilang, Xiao Lin, Lin Liangzi, and Wang Jingqian, these 4 ghosts have taken refuge, abide by the 5 precepts, and have received empowerments. So we can say about 80% have been taken care of. So of the heads of ghosts at the home base of ghosts, only Zhongchun Yiwu, the cold-blooded murderer, except him. So his disturbances were rather severe, and the other 4 were not as bad. So only the actor that played the Zhongchun Yiwu suffered from great problems, because you acted the Zhongchun Yiwu. I heard that his sword was given by the Emperor Mingsi of Japan and had the emperor's name on it. But no, it didn't look that, because he should belong to the Mu era or the 3 Kingdom era. The 3 kingdoms of Japan, the shogun of that time, the Tokugawa, and others. But the Mingsi, they did not use sword anymore. They used dynamites and guns. I had lived in that era as well, and I was Omori Taro. And Omori Taro was a shogun. What is a shogun? So Nihong Sensei and Master Jingxiang from Japan. What is shogun? Can you translate it, please? General. That was right. My name is Omoru Taro. And at that time, I lived in the Chinma prefecture. How do you say it in Japanese? Kunma. Kunma. Okay. Kunma. 群马县，我那时候住在群马县。Kunma. 所以呢，我也是属于将军一族。So I'm also a descendant of general. 只有一个那个王八鬼王 they saw Omoritaru, they would tremble in their legs. But that obstinate Ghost King, and they called him the cold-blooded murderer, and that was true because he was truly vice and violent. Nowadays we have so many gun shootings in America, and not in the past. In the past, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, but recently there were so many of them. Don't you feel it? About once every half a month. Do you know? I consulted spiritually because there was a home base of ghosts in America. There was a disciple who lived in New Jersey, and she should be here today, and she's called Li Xiaolan. Master Lian Dong. Yes. So a ghost from the home base of ghosts told Li Xiaolan, go buy a gun and kill anybody you see. And Master Lian Dong heard it personally, that the ghost told her to go buy a gun and kill anybody she saw. Do you know? And because of this, there are so many gun shootings in America. I hope that after the ceremony today, that the whole world will be at peace. And I hope that the shooting incidents would decrease. That these ghosts have created lots of disasters around the world. Was it this year or last year? Last summer, there were huge forest fires in southern and southern California and also in other states. And after I consulted spiritually, it turned out that their ghosts came out to do fire offering, to perform homas. For what? After burning the forest, they eat what's left in the forest. It was done by the ghost. And what else? When I was in Taiwan, I heard about this deer problems. Like they become frozen, so they just calm, they just jumped, and they just bite on people. And also like frozen raccoons. And what caused it? Also by the ghost of the home base of. So this evil ghost create lots of troubles. So today, by this thunder-stricken word, we captured them.
用雷劈木招请他们，他们不得不来，因为
So by using the thunder-stricken word to summon them, they have to come. Because the sound of thunder,
它的名称很长，九天应元，雷声雷电，普化天尊。
so the deity has this very long name. The deity of the sound of thunder, the light of lightning, of the 9 heavens. So with the strike of this thunder-stricken word, then all the ghosts had to come, and then the home base of the ghosts were broken into. And I hope that the people who are now still at the home base of the ghosts can return the evil path and turn to goodness. That from now on, they believe in the authentic, correct Buddha Dharma, and that they don't raise and employ ghosts anymore.
作为它本身的护法，天母的一个阴庙的
They took a tombstone of a temple in Tianmu in Taiwan with an inscription saying that all the illustrious spirits, I hope that you take that tablet down, because that tablet can attract ghosts. So the people there will be invaded by ghosts. So after the Luo Tian Da Jiao ceremony today, that everyone that is still there, that they would be invaded by the evil and the dark spirits, and they would be like the ghosts. So by the 3 jewels, the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, and all the Herukas, Dhammapalas, you can have the right or the proper protectors. Instead, you use ghosts as protectors. There is no Buddhist that would have ghosts as their protectors. She claimed that she had subjugated all these ghosts to become her own protectors. But there is no such case. Ghosts are not something to be subjugated. She wrongly believed that she's Guru Padmasambhava, because Guru Padmasambhava subjugated all the demons and evil spirits as he was entering into Tibet. And then they were defeated and offered themselves to be protectors. Guru Padmasambhava was like that. But those were demons. But you instead were attracting ghosts. So attracting ghosts and subduing ghosts are two different things. Guru Padmasambhava subdued demons and devils to become protectors. And you claim that you were subduing ghosts to become protectors. But that was not the case. Because there was a temple of ghosts in Tianmu that were closing down, and then you took their tablet and then enshrine it as your protectors. And because of that, whoever you bardo delivered went to the great Yin mountain, which is the dark place for ghosts. And the baby spirits were all eaten up by the 5 heads of ghosts. And you claim that 5 heads of ghosts became the teachers of the spirit school. When they were hungry, they ate all the baby spirits. That's what I saw. How could you say that you subdued them? If you really subdued them, why don't you just keep them with you? But you place the tablets of ghosts at temples all around the world. Why? Is that righteousness? If you want to place a ghost tablet, at least you should ask for permission. But you didn't. And you just place the ghost tablets in all temples and chapters of the Buddha school. So you cause this problem now that there were so many invasions by the ghost. So as a human being, you have to have ethics. Now we have so many unwanted guests that you instilled in our temples. How could that be ethics? Now I want to ask you. You said that I would die at 73, but today I will celebrate my 74th birthday. So whatever you said did not count. Most of them were wrong. You said that the family members of Luo Hong will die within 5 years. Is Luo Hong here today? He should be. The whole family are here to volunteer. They didn't die. And you also said the family of Professor Wang Jingxian, if they didn't listen to her, so the family of Professor Wang, his wife and their son, Reverend Lien Ying, will die within 1 year. But the 3 of them are still alive now. Please stand up. You also said from the Yangtze Temple of Australia, the director and his wife will die within 1 year, she claimed. And it's the 4th year ever since, and they are still alive. And you also claimed that I would die at 73 from 8 years ago, and everybody knew except myself. And I only knew when I was 73.
害我洗澡都不敢用肥皂。为什么？因为
That
地板会滑，
because of that, I
一滑
didn't
倒我
use
就死。
soap when I bathe.
我下楼梯啊，我现在都看
Because
楼
the floor will be
楼梯
slippery.
阶，
And
慢
when
慢
I
地
walk
下，
down the stairs, I would look down
一不小心也会死掉。
walk carefully
你讲啊，
because I may die from
张哲，张哲在
didn't
吗？
pay attention. How about Zhang Zhe?
啊，张哲在哪里？
Where are you?
在那边。
Right
讲
there.
他25岁会死掉，
She also claimed that he
讲
would
人
die
家
at
25岁会死
25.
掉。张哲，他现在活过来了。
And
啊，25岁那一年呐、来告诉大家，
he's come back
他
to
比我更
life.
棒
You know, he was even more afraid than I
躲在
was.
家里一整年躲在家里。
He was hiding inside his house when he was 25. He did not dare to go out of his
躲
house,
在家里一年都不敢出门。
did not dare to go
最
anywhere.
后因为他怕了，他就供了叉叉符，啊，供了叉叉符在他家里。
He was afraid, so he enshrined the XX hall in his house, and above it, he placed Grandmaster's dragon robe,
的名字全部都消失掉，
and
变成5个空鬼牌。
the dragon robe pushed on the
他25岁
five
没死啊
heads of ghosts. So the names of the five heads of ghosts disappeared by itself within 1 year.
我跟你保证啊，
And so he didn't die at 25. And then she claimed that he would die at 29. But I guarantee, I
不要怕，
promise you
他
that
一
you
眼会
will
死
not
的都不会
die.
死，没有一眼的才会死。
You know, whomever that she claimed will die will not die.
他说该走的，
Only those
其实都
who
没有走。
were not
不该
predicted,
走的
they
都
will
走。
die. So those who are supposed to leave did not leave, but
人
those
生自
who are
古
not
谁无死，
supposed to leave, leave.
都是会死的。
Well,
但是他的这个
everybody
死
will
啊，是用来
die
恐吓，
eventually. But she
恐吓
used it to threaten
让你害
people,
怕，拿出
to
钱
make
出
you
来，
scared, and then
给
give
钱
her money
我
to
就
help
保你不
you.
死。不
If
给
you
钱
give me
我就保
money,
你死。
then I would save
老
you
夫才不
from
给
your
钱呢，
death.
我还要你给
Otherwise, you
钱。
would
我告
die.
诉你，
But I will
你
never
不给我
fall
钱的
into
话，我
that
不救
tricks.
你。啊，今天这
She
个借
said,
这个
if
机
you
缘
don't
呢，
give
我
her
们在这
money,
个
then she will not save
乌
you.
克兰尊
So
圣雷藏
here, at this Oakland, California,
这个大法
by
会，
True Buddha Vijaya
我
Temple,
讲了一句话：
organizing this
邪不
grand
胜正。
ceremony, you know, I would like to say one statement that the good always wins over
鬼不
evil,
能当金刚，
that ghosts will never become a Heruka or Vajra protector,
鬼不能胜佛。
and ghosts can never become a Buddha.
好好的修行，要用你自己
Will
本
never
身的
win.
正念，
The ghosts will never win.
用
Please
八行八正道
Cultivate spiritually the best you can with the right thought
这样子才是
and
对
by
的。
performing the Eight Noble Path, by walking on the Eight Noble Path. Only this is right.
人家佛经里面也没有提到，
In the Buddhist sutras, it
供
was
这个
never
鬼来当
mentioned
护法。
to employ the ghosts as your
你想一想
protectors.
看，
Think
莲
about
华
it.
生大士
Guru
收服那些妖
Padmasambhava,
魔鬼怪以后，
after
他
he
没有把妖魔
subdued
鬼怪拿出来供，
all the spirits, demons, and devils, he did not enshrine them, even after he subdued them.
他没有把他们拿来供啊。
He did not enshrine them.
啊，现在呢，你去找一些召集一些恶鬼到你那里，
And you collected the evil ghosts to your place. That was wrong, completely wrong. Think about it. It's a fine line. So did she really subdue those ghosts? She just collected them by chance. The performances just now were great. Thank you, everybody. In the past, when even people turn into ash, you can still recognize them, but people nowadays with makeup, you can't recognize you anymore. With makeups, and I closed my eyes, there were so many beautiful ladies, but when you take off your cosmetics, then oh, wow. So let's return to our true faces. That's the most important. And spiritual cultivation is truly important. People nowadays are obsessed by one thing. Without seeing you a day, I would really long for you. If I don't touch you for a day, I feel very sad, upset. If one day there is no you, then my life is meaningless. The cell phones this day would poison man and woman these days. Grandmaster doesn't carry his cell phones with him. You would never hear the sound of the phone ringing on my body. Just now, there was a VIP that asked me, "You have 5 million disciples. Can you sleep well at night?" Let me tell you, Grandmaster has no cell phones. I sleep really well. The 5 million disciples will not disturb me. At night, I would empty my mind before sleep. Then I would sleep in peace and at ease. I would sleep inside the luminous emptiness, inside the clear light. This is a joke about husband and wife. I'm not pointing to a specific person, not you, not me, not anyone. Just a joke. Although I'm often beaten by the wife, but the wife is not irrational. Every time before beating me, she would ask for permission. If I don't agree, then she would beat me until I agree. Wife always beat on husbands. Look at the Seattle temple. That's the head temple of our school. We cannot say the home base. Our True Buddha Seattle temple is the first temple. It's our first temple. It has a good geometry. it accepts the water of Lake Sammamish, and the piece of land of Bill Gates and Microsoft, and toward the end, that's our Seattle temple. Microsoft has the wealthiest man of the world, and our head temple is the head of his piece of land. So we deliver even more beings, although they have saved or benefit lots of beings. But although we are not as rich in money, but we are richer in our spiritual lives. But it's a pity at our head temple, the dragon side is lower than the tiger side. So the great masters of our school are all female. You know, the famous great masters that can conduct the greatest ceremonies. Have they been done by the male masters? Please raise your hand. The great grand ceremonies. Think about it. They were all organized by the female masters. Even the one with the head of ghosts, even with the head of a ghost, was also a female. And Simu is also extremely great. And several great female masters, Master Lien Zi, Lin Ho, who led the whole Malaysia and also the ceremony for the peace between across the strait of Taiwan and Mainland China. And Master Lien Zi and Master Lien Jian, sitting next to her, was also smiling, and she also led the chapter very well. And from the Zhongguan chapter, Master Lien Ye, we don't need to mention her. She's a heroine.
还有一章，这个好像是说威震天下，应该所有的这个鬼怪，应该你要去降服才对。
So you should subdue all the ghosts and monsters. Master Lien Yue should be able to subdue all the evil ghosts, because when she gets vicious, she's also quite scary. And then Master Jingxiang, she also has her own home base in Japan, and I hope it's the righteous one. As long as you don't play with the ghosts, that's good enough. As long as you don't make troubles. And the fat and round master who's in charge of the 政府天空新闻台. They were all female. Any male masters? Lien He? He's the later generation. But Master Lian He was controlled by a female master too. And then the one who's in charge of the newspaper. Is there a male master? That's just a local newspaper. But the headquarter is also Master Lian Ci. Up. Not even one.
真的，连师尊都是参加的怕老婆协会。
Even Grandmaster is in the club of listening to the wives.
小王讲小猪，女人
小狼 said,
不都是被夸奖的吗？
小猪, don't women love praises? And 小猪 said, of course. And today, my teacher is wearing miniskirt in school. And I said, your underwear is really beautiful. And then the teacher just kicked me out of the class. Women love praises. The way for man to treat women is just praise her.
有一个人搬新家，朋友送来
Someone
花
moved to a new
竟然
house, and the friend sent a flower bouquet and
下贺
said,
喜归一气之下打电话到花店骂老板，老板被骂以后沉默了几分钟，
yeah,
真的是写着
passing
驾
away,
鹤西归吗？
like going to the
那个
west.
人
And
回答：
Did
你
the
自己过来
sender
看。
really
老板
ask you to
讲
write
那完
that?
蛋了。
And the
送
boss
去殡
said,
仪馆的那个写着乔迁之喜，
come and see for yourself. And then the flower bouquet seller realized that
我们
they
做事
sent
情不要搞错，
the other flower bouquet to the
眼
funeral
光要
home
利一点。
for the housewarming. So whatever you do,
奇怪
please don't make
师尊的眼睛
mistakes.
是怎么了？
Please pay
难道颜
attention
色有
to
不
what you
一样？
do.
为什么那边三遍亮的
How come
白色的门？
those
我以为
three
那三个白色的门是打开的，再来这边
white
土
doors
色
are
的
open
门是关着的，原来
the
全部都是
dark
打开的。
doors
你站起来看
were
一下，
closed?
那边三个是不是白的？这边是不是土
Were
色的？
those three doors white? And then the
往后看。
three doors here, the
我在这里
doors
看是这
here
样子，
are the
对不对？
color of the earth. Is that right?
啊，你站起来看，是不是这边三个白的，底下全部都是土色的？
Three white doors, and underneath the three brown doors.
我讲的没有错。哦，后面还是有一个墙挡住的，师尊所以没有看错。
But behind the doors,
我看错就完了，
there's a wall.
看错就变成乔迁之喜。
It's a good thing that I didn't see it wrongly.
女朋友问：
The girlfriend
到
asked,
底我比较重要，还是
am I,
电
which
脑
one is more
游戏比
important,
较重要？
me or your game,
她的老公
computer
回
game?
答：哎，她的男朋友回答。
And the
当然是
boyfriend
你啊。
replied, of course you.
那你为什么一直在打游戏呢？
Then why do you always play games?
这个她的男朋友回答：
And the
因为我
boyfriend
舍不得
replied,
打你。
Oh, because play
一直在
in
打游戏。
Chinese sounds like beat on the game because I don't want to beat you.
告诉大家，60岁以后，
Let
如
me
果
tell
你
you,
不上
after 60 years old,
这个不上微信，他这里写的是不上微信啊，
if you don't get
不
on
唱歌
the
跳舞，不参加聚会吃喝，
or if you don't sing
不
and
到处乱
dance,
跑，
if you don't
不乱花钱，不多管
have
闲
social
事，
life, you don't
养成
travel
了一个
around,
良好的生活
you
习惯，
don't
久而久
you
之，
mind your own
你就
business
会
and you don't
惊
have
奇地发
bad
现，
habits,
你得到
and little by
老
little,
人痴呆症。
then you would realize that you're getting Alzheimer
所以师尊说法
disease, Alzheimer.
要活泼一点，
So that's why in my Dharma teaching, I should not be so serious. So how old is Grandmaster now?
18岁，
18?
啊，李琦坐哪里？李琦，
Li Qi, where are you?
依婷坐哪里？依婷，
And how about Yiting?
李琦坐哪里？李琦有没有在里面？
有，他现在在跟诗人打招呼。
好，那就你跑出来。
Please come here.
OK， 上来，上台，
Please come on stage.
拿一个麦克风给他。
Please give her a microphone.
拿一个麦克风给他。啊，李琦，师尊几岁？
Li Qi, how old is this one?
18，
18.
那你几岁？
How about you?
12，
12.
那你将来要嫁给谁？
Whom would you marry in the future? Grandmaster.
好了，这就，哎，唱结婚歌吧。
So let's sing a wedding
好，
song
谢
then.
谢你。
Thank you.
师尊永远都心里都是18岁。
In my heart, Grandmaster is always 18. 18 forever.
这里有一个这个金正恩跟川普的笑话，
This is a joke about
这个是冷笑话，也许大家都听过。
Trump and Kim.
金正恩视察北韩航天局的时候宣布，10年内要让北韩的太空人登陆太阳。因为美国的
Claim
记者
that
问太阳温度那么高，你们怎么登上去？
they're going to get to the sun one day
我
soon.
们天黑
But
起。
it's really hot there. How could you get
这
there?
时候
Why
全
would you
场
go
的
when
北
it's
韩人
dark?
掌声如雷，
And all the northern Koreans
正在
applauded
看
loudly.
电视直播的川普
And
冷笑着，对
Trump
周围
was
的同
watching
僚说
the
这
webcast,
个白痴啊，天
smiled
黑了根本就没有
coldly,
太阳。
and said, "What
白
an
宫内也
idiot!
响起了
There's
如
no
雷般
sun
的
in the
掌声。
dark." And then those in the White House
请问
also
哪一个是笨
clapped.
蛋？
So let me ask you, which one is the fool?
其实有一个人这样子，哲学思想，人的一辈子总结就是2
The
个
life
字，
philosophy. That
一个
human
是
life
进，一个是出。
is, in summary,
每
human
天
life is about
都在
in and out.
这个离开家，
Every day
然后再
we
回
leave
家，
home and
这个
come
就是
home.
进出。
That's in and out.
我们每一个人
Every one of
同
us,
样的，都是吃进去，拉
we
出
eat
来，
food and we let out.
我们每一个人都是
Pull.
一样，去看一场电影，
That's also in and out.
走进去，走出来。
When we go to the movie
去到游
theater,
乐场，
we also
走
go
进去，
in and
走出
go
来。
get out. And to the
进到
entertainment
赌
park,
场，
the same,
走
in
进
and out.
去，走出来。
To the
去看
gambling parlor, in and out.
topless，
Or
走
to
进去，
watch the
走出来，
topless, you also
都是进跟出。
went in and came out. They all
我
went
们
in and out.
钱也是一样的，
The
赚
same with
进
money.
来，发出去，
You earn
赚进
money
来，
and
发
then
出
you
去，
spend it.
发出去，赚进来，
So
都是进出。
you
我们每一天
earn
要上
and
厕所，
spend
进
in
厕
and
所，
out.
出厕
And
所，
every day you
进
want
厕
to
所。
go into the
出厕所。
toilet and come
我
out
们
from
每
the
一个人
toilet.
每天都要进去里面洗
Every
澡，
day we have to
出
go
来，
into the
进去
bathroom
里
to
面洗澡，出来。
bathe and come out.
到卧室也是一样的，到卧室躺下，醒来，从卧室出
And
来，
to the bedroom
都是
too.
进出两个字。
You go in,
最后
you
是什
lie
么？
down, and you
我们被
get
推
up
进
and
去，
get out.
然后就烧出来。
And
这个时候，
finally,
这人
you
生
were
就落
being
幕了。
pushed in, and then you were
好，
burnt out. You were
那
burnt
今
and
天
taken
呢，
out.
我们的法
And
会
that's
就落幕了。Om Mani
the
Padme Hum.
curtain fall of our human lives. And today, this is the curtain falls for our ceremony. Om Mani Padme Hum.